A Tale of Heroism, World War III, First Contact, Alien Invasion. In the tranquility of Earth's early morning, a colossal shadow loomed unexpectedly over the horizon. Silhouetted against the rising sun, an alien mothership of incomprehensible proportions entered Earth's orbit. As it edged closer, the dark vessel eclipsed the sun, casting long, creeping shadows that chilled the air below. The sudden appearance of the gargantuan craft sent ripples of alarm across the globe. Governments scrambled, their emergency protocols snapping into action as radar and satellite systems tried in vain to track the invader's trajectory. Panic spread as communication satellites one after another blinked out by precise and unerring strikes from the encroaching Leviathan. The world watched in horrified awe as the ship commenced its silent assault, with no demands, only a message on loop, overriding normal programming. Earth is to be a farm world for their home world, and humans a slave race doing their bidding. As capitals darkened and landmarks crumbled under the force of the alien technology, their intentions clear. As the alien mothership initiated its calculated assault on Earth, the human response was immediate, though fraught with panic and chaos. Governments worldwide mobilized their military forces in a desperate bid to mount a defense. Yet, even the most sophisticated of Earth's technologies paled in comparison to the advanced alien weaponry. In the skies, Earth's fighters, piloted by Earth's bravest, soared into battle against a foe whose capabilities they could barely fathom. The aerial dogfights were brutal and short-lived. The alien fighters, sleek and nimble, executed maneuvers that defied the limits of human aviation, dodging missiles and gunfire with unnerving precision. The sky, streaked with the contrails of jets and the eerie glow of alien crafts. By the end of the first day, the balance had terrifyingly shifted. The aliens had achieved air superiority worldwide with unsettling efficiency. Strategic strikes had been devastatingly precise. Aircraft carriers, once the pride of naval forces, were sunk before they could launch more than a handful of sorties. Airfields were obliterated, their runways cratered and jets reduced to twisted metal. Radar installations and defense bases suffered similar fates, leaving the world's military capabilities crippled. The fallout from the alien attacks was catastrophic. Major cities, already reeling from the loss of landmarks and administrative centers, faced relentless waves of alien strikes that targeted remaining infrastructures like bridges, power plants, and water facilities. The global economy teetered on the brink of collapse as stock markets plunged and emergency services struggled to cope with the scale of the crisis. As night fell, the remnants of Earth's defenses gathered, sharing intelligence and forming a patchwork resistance. Across continents, from the bunkers of the White House to the war rooms of Moscow and Beijing, leaders and military strategists worked feverishly to devise a counterattack, knowing full well the grim odds of their survival. The civilian population, meanwhile, sought refuge wherever they could. Underground stations, basements, and even caves became makeshift shelters. The streets were abandoned save for the occasional military convoy rushing to a new defensive position or aid workers braving the danger to assist the injured. Broadcasts, intermittent and fraught with interference, attempted to offer solace and instructions to a terrified populace. In the shadowy depths of the Appalachian woods, far from the crumbling chaos of the cities, lived Bick Rocker, a retired programmer known amongst his small community for his reclusiveness. Bick had chosen the solitude of nature over the buzz of Silicon Valley after retiring, finding solace in the dense, quiet forests where the digital world couldn't reach him. But on this fateful morning, as he hunted deer to feed his family, armed with his trusted Ithaca deer slayer, a hunting rifle, he was moving silently through the underbrush. Bick was tracking a deer when a thunderous noise shattered the woodland calm. Above, the sky flashed with combat, an alien ship and 2 American fighters. As he watched a pair of Raptor jets engage in a desperate dogfight with an alien craft, the Raptors maneuvered aggressively. One cut the alien fighter off, forcing it to turn into his wingman, as the other Raptor pilot turned into and deliberately rammed the alien ship, using his Raptor as a human-guided missile in a fatal move that sent both spiraling down. The alien ship, damaged severely, crashed not far from where Bick stood, the impact sending shockwaves through the forest and toppling trees like matchsticks, lit and tossed into the wind. Cautiously approaching the crash site, Bick's senses were assaulted by the smell of scorched metal and earth. The alien craft had carved a deep gash in the land, its sleek metallic body grotesquely twisted upon impact. Nearby, the remains of the Raptor lay strewn across the landscape, a mangled testament to the pilot's sacrifice. Checking the Raptor, Bick found the pilot, a tragic mangle of man and machine. Bick takes a moment to salute the dead pilot for his heroic efforts to defend this world. Turning his attention to the alien fighter, Bick observes the cockpit burst open. Inside, the alien pilot looked dead at him, eye to eye, its form strange and unsettling. The alien reaches for something. Without hesitation, Bick raised his rifle and shot, the Deerslayer's round lethal as it disintegrated the alien's head. With a mixture of caution and curiosity, he stepped closer, his mind racing with questions about the technology that had brought such devastation to his planet. The interior of the alien craft was a labyrinth of unknown metals, pulsating lights, and foreign technology. Despite the damage, many systems within the ship appeared intact. Bick's hands hovered over what seemed to be the control panel, adorned with symbols and screens that flickered with cryptic data. Realizing the potential of what lay before him, Bick felt a surge of adrenaline. Here in the wreckage, surrounded by the shattered remains, lay the unlikely key to fighting back, a chance to turn the invaders' technology against them. With his family's safety and humanity's future at stake, Bick finds what he thinks may be a back door. The automatic guidance system control of the ship is linked to the mothership if he could only rig it. Bick Rocker's fingers danced across the alien control panel. The dim light of his laptop screen cast an eerie glow in the dark woods as he worked feverishly to hack into the mothership's navigational systems. His discovery that the crashed fighter was remotely linked to the mothership had been a breakthrough. Each ship was a node in a vast network, and by reverse engineering the alien software, Bick began to see a way to exploit this interconnectedness. As the night deepened, the sounds of distant battles faded, replaced by the quiet rustling of the forest. Bick's makeshift workstation, finally, after hours of coding and bypassing layers of alien security protocols, he breached the mothership's control systems. His heart raced as he realized he could now manipulate the behemoth's trajectory directly from his laptop. Bick knew he had little time before the aliens might detect the intrusion. He quickly navigated through the complex interface, setting new coordinates for the mothership. With a few final keystrokes, he redirected the colossal vessel, now turning it earthward, specifically towards the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean. In the silence of the forest, a monumental battle was being fought unseen. The mothership, under Bick's command, began to descend. Its massive form cast a shadow over the waters, growing larger and more menacing as it approached the ocean's surface. Then, with a force that would rival a natural disaster, the mothership impacted the water. The collision was cataclysmic. Water surged upwards in an enormous plume, before crashing down in colossal tidal waves. These giant waves radiated outwards, traveling at high speed toward the coastal cities that lined the Pacific Rim. Within minutes, alarms sounded across these regions, warning of the impending tsunamis. As the waves struck, they flooded cities, uprooting buildings and overwhelming flood defenses. The devastation was immediate and overwhelming, the power of the water indisputable as it reclaimed land and reshaped coastlines. Emergency services, already stretched thin, scrambled to respond to this new disaster, rescuing those stranded and treating the injured. Meanwhile, the mothership, the central hub of the alien invasion, lay destroyed beneath the Pacific waves, its network of fighters going offline one by one as their link was severed. Humanity had been saved by his actions, but at a terrible cost. As dawn approached, Bick sat alone, contemplating the world's narrow escape and the anonymity of his critical role in it. He thanked out loud the unsung hero that dared to kamikaze an alien ship, with no disregard for his own life. Little did he know his heroic actions of bravery would lead to the salvation of Earth and humanity. As the world began to grasp the magnitude of the catastrophe averted, Bick Rocker returned to the simplicity of his life in the woods, a unsung hero whose act of defiance had saved humanity. Unknown to the world, he resumed his quiet existence, forever changed by the weight of this victory. This is not goodbye, nor the end. Until the story continues, my friends. B. and Rocker.